guys, welcome back to the channel. He's James.
He's Ray.
Welcome back to Lost Legends TV.
We're going to talk about do's and don'ts for us in horror movies. Things that we do like when we see horror movies, because we talk about it sometimes, and things we just don't like in horror movies.
The cliches.
Yeah.
The tropes. I think my number one out of my almost 30 years of living on Earth. Watching movies from the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and now 2020s. I always have respect for the people who do the double tap.
The double tap.
The double tap.
The double tap.
Careful. This is the moment when the supposedly dead killer comes back to life for one last scare.
You ever seen Scream? Double tap that motherfucker.
Zombieland.
Yeah.
Double tap. It's always the best.
It's a must.
Yeah.
I just watched a movie called Knuckleball. It's a good movie, by the way. It was like this Home Alone thing, right? Where this deranged guy was chasing him, and this kid set up a trap, and badass. He like puts stuff on the staircase, and he fell down into this barbed wire, and he set him on fire.
Damn.
I was like, this kid is fucking smart. This is awesome. This is some jigsaw shit. And then he goes down there, and he kicks him like, are you dead? Like, why? You know he's not dead. You have to do the double tap.
Yes, you do. You do. One of the things I really like is I like when we have a protagonist who is smart.
Like Sidney Prescott.
Like a Sidney Prescott. Like, they don't get shook. Like, it's okay to have that. You know what I mean? It doesn't, like, turn me off the movie. But I really love when you go into it, it's like, something comes up, it's like, oh my God, what are we going to do? And this one person says, I was like, I know exactly what we're going to do. And it's like, they take charge and they do exactly what needs to be done. Even if they get scared in the moment, like, they just handle themselves. You know what I mean?
Handle your fucking business.
I love that. I love when you get that in a movie, because a lot of times it's just like a bunch of people just scared running for their lives. And, or like they'll do that late where like the person finally like, okay, now. I'm talking about from the jump.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, okay, don't fuck with them.
Just for a moment to build upon that, I think that Sidney Prescott is the final girl to me, definitively. Because even throughout the franchise, the very first time on screen when she comes face to face with Ghostface, she's one step ahead.
Yep.
Dodge, kick. She can fight. When she ran to the bedroom, she did the double door thing.
Yep.
Called the cops.
Smart.
She was just, and it's like that in the franchise.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom,
She's
boom,
just
boom.
smart, bro.
Maybe she got blindsided by like Jill.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was just a good twist.
Yeah. You're not thinking about your family like that.
Yeah. A don't for me in horror is, from a production standpoint, being too obvious with your jump scares. Jump scares these days, they're hard to pull off.
Yes.
Avid horror fans or just general audience fans, like you become really desensitized to jump scares. And the more I watch movies these days, particularly A24 films, like Hereditary,
Yep.
they scare you in a different direction, a different way. But yeah, that's mine. I can watch a movie and be like, well, there's a jump scare coming up.
I'm the same way. Like I've gotten to the point where like I can almost call it.
Yeah.
Like almost every single time, like, okay, there's a jump scare.
And sometimes it takes you out of it, sometimes it don't.
And see, because sometimes I've had it where like the jump scare is like either I miscall it like for like a second or something, and like, okay, well, damn, okay, they got me there.
Well, hey, that knife's gone now, you know?
Oh no.
Where did it go?
This is a small don't. I'm gonna get bigger with my don'ts. I'm just gonna go like the worst of the worst for me. Continuity. If it's so noticeable. You know what I mean? Like if it's something small, like that I just don't know. Like he had a blue pen, and now it's a red pen, but like it was like in his jacket pocket, and like
Easy fix, bro.
Yeah, easy fix. But if it's something like he was wearing a fucking gold watch, and now he's wearing like a Hello Kitty watch, like what happened? You know?
How do you not notice that in production?
Like just like the small things are like he was wearing a yellow shirt. Now this is sort of yellow, but it's not the Sleepaway Camp. One of the cops had a regular mustache, and they shot most of the movie like that. But then brought him back, and he had shaved it off for a different movie, so they put a fake mustache on him, and it was so fucking noticeable. Just like
garbage day.
I can't do that. I get it, because sometimes you don't. We've done it. You know what I mean? Like it happens. But like if it's small things, like
we don't have $1 million budgets.
Yeah, that's true. Like if you have enough money to where you can go back and reshoot it.
Dude, big one for me is cinematography. I am a fucking sucker for cinematography.
The movie could be garbage, but if it's shot well,
it can really buy you into it. Me being a big horror fan and us being filmmakers the last couple of years, there's really a science and a beauty behind cinematography.
Yep.
You know, one thing, I talk about A24. I'm going to ride their dick this video. They have just a specific style of cinematography.
Yeah.
When it pops up on screen, you're like, that looks good. That looks like A24. A lot of people don't shoot film these days. They shoot digital. But let's just take it back to the 80s. Halloween, the old Nightmare on Elm Street movies, Friday the 13th. They had those really 80s dark blue color grades. And like now, let's go with like, regardless of how you feel about the film, let's go with Halloween, the Blumhouse trilogy. Despite what you think about them, I think they look fucking amazing.
I mean, you can't beat that shot of Michael coming out the fucking house on fire. Like,
No.
The house is on fire. It's just,
Like the flashback scenes. They was able to recreate the 80s. That's what I'm saying. Cinematography for me, it's a fucking science. And if you can do it right, you got me halfway there.
for me, I'm gonna go something similar. A score. Just a solid score. Like, there's some like top tier fucking scores. I feel like if a movie doesn't have a good score, it can kind of take you out of the film. Like, I mean, Jaws, it's a simple, the way they did it was just very simple, but
Dun-na.
exactly.
Dun-na.
Imagine them replacing that with something else.
Like
You know what I
clown
mean?
music in Halloween 5?
Yeah.
Ding,
Dun, dun,
ding,
dun.
ding.
Dun, 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 dun. You know what I mean? You don't think about it as much because, like, you're just like, I'm looking for the action in the film and everything. From making films, it's a lot more of things that we look at now is cinematography. How does the music sound? Like, how does it, like, you gotta like encapsulate everybody. If you don't feel an eeriness in a horror movie from like the music being played or lack of music, that's also a choice. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
as long as it's done in the right moments. Because back to jump scares, a lot of times they hype the music up right there when it's supposed to be a jump scare. Like, I know what's gonna happen, but it's usually it fits the moment. American Psycho 2.
Talking about Milo Kunis?
Dollar store score thing they use like for her kills. The best description I've ever heard is it sounds like something else on the show. Like, it really does. Yeah. It's so comical. They even have it where she's listening to it on the radio.
Like breaking the fourth wall?
Yes.
Right before we started recording this video, I watched Psycho last night. The opening credits, the music. Love it.
Yeah.
Another thing is, one of my favorite movies in horror is The Collector, right?
Yeah.
One thing they use specifically in that movie is not necessarily scores, it's soundtracks. Taking songs and like making them like cinematic. You know, that's badass too.
That's something, what's the name did? Jordan Peele. Like, he did that with Fuck the Police and I Got 5 on it.
Say my name,
Say my name.
Okay, my next don't is, this gonna be a hybrid. I'm gonna go obnoxious / throwaway characters.
Yeah.
Like, there is some characters in horror movies that are just completely assholes. The director wants the audience to root against this stupid motherfucker.
Yeah.
His job is to die.
Yeah.
But sometimes they make it throughout the film and you're just like, why?
Yeah.
Why did you make it to the end and not these motherfuckers?
And it's not like they had a change of heart in the middle of the film. It's like, they're still an ass.
Yeah.
How the fuck did you fucker survive? What?
It's just like that dumb fucking blonde somewhere in that fucking horror movie who won't shut the fuck up and the killer's after him. She's like, oh my God, we gotta go. Shit like that.
If like somebody burst in here right now with a fucking chainsaw, I'm not gonna be immediately like, Ray, we know what we have to do.
Let's get prepared.
We're gonna panic because we don't know what. But like, there's some people who make just dumb decisions.
Honestly, I think my first reaction would be to rush him.
See, yeah, that could be a good thing, but it also could be a bad thing depending on how good he is with
Just
the
because
fucking
there's
chainsaw.
no door over there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
One way in, one way out,
yeah.
you know? Get the table.
Like, I always go to the girl from Saw 2 who put her fucking hands in the, like, didn't even attempt.
Didn't even look in there.
No. Shit, my arm stuck. Well, maybe if I put my other arm through this hole. No.
Maybe it'll fix my problem.
Obviously dumb decisions. All right, guys, well, I'm going to walk home now.
By myself.
Like, sometimes that's your only option, but it's the only option. Yeah. But, like, a lot of these is...
Why you say it like that? I watched
Video.
Amity 3D. The Amityville Horror 3D is called Amity 3D. And there was this character, this female. And this one thing I loved about the film that I did not expect is they poked fun at every horror trope there was in the 80s. And there's this one character in there. The dad, the main character, moved into the fucking house, which is a dumbass. He was a dumbass the whole film.
Yeah.
But this girl, it was kind of like his work wife. Like, they debunk like paranormal shit.
Gotcha.
She followed every golden rule you could ask for. She was going up the stairs to talk to him, right? Unbeknownst to her, he wasn't home. She hears like rambling up there and she's like, nope, walks out the door.
Yeah.
She leaves. She does the whole film, but it finally catches up to her just because the demon, like, you know, I'm not going to spoil the movie, but it's things like that.
Yeah.
But you haven't seen that movie, bro. I really want your opinion. But the point I'm trying to make is everybody in that movie I wanted to die did not die. Everybody who did not die, I wanted to fucking die. My next do this principle beyond horror. In cinema itself, listen to the fans. If you make a movie and at the time the audience loves it, if it's a box office flop, whatever, it might become a cult classic. Like, you never know about your product until years later. One thing I love about, let's say, like Marvel and like the DC universe, like all these cameos we're getting these days, that just shows you that your product was special. Somewhere out there, a kid's watching your movie, and if you bring that sequel or the character back up for a cameo 10 years later, 15 years later, they love it. Another one for me, when we watched Saw X for the first time, I've never liked Hoffman. I've never been a fan of him. When I saw Hoffman, I was like, fucking Hoffman, let's go.
Just, you like callbacks. People love callbacks.
The big wave about that I heard was, I wonder if Hoffman's going to show up. I wonder if Hoffman's going to show up. We got Hoffman.
Yeah.
Listen to the fans.
Another do for me. I might not be in the majority on this one, okay?
There's nothing wrong with that.
I think just solid kills. I don't need 50 fucking kills. I don't need 90 fucking generic knife kills. Like, we go through the whole movie and there's only 2, but they're like really solid fucking kills. That's all I need, dude.
Yeah.
Say Michael walks into a house of people, like, if he just goes through and just bam, like, I get it. If he's just stabbing motherfuckers, they're
That's
in his way.
MO.
Yeah, that's in his way. If it's like a one-on-one, you know, in that situation, he's always thinking creative. It's like he may not be thinking creative, but like he's gonna do something different than it's just.
Michael's weird, bro.
Yeah.
Michael's weird.
Well, Jason then, because Jason will use.
Jason's
whatever,
weird.
Yeah, but he'll use whatever weapons available.
I'm saying, like, in a sense of like that, you know, Michael and Jason, this is off topic, but they like almost display them as art.
Like
Weird.
he chopped him in half.
Put him in the ceiling and shit.
Do the fucking harpoon.
And Michael will like put a fucking pumpkin head on your sheet and like dress you up for people to find you.
Yeah.
And Jason kind of does the same thing, but I feel like he does it to hide the bodies. It's still kind of like an art form for Jason.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Killing's an art.
Yeah, and I like that because I would rather see that.
My last don't. I'm gonna go making too many sequels. The one memory I have of me talking to Nick Castle, the guy who played the original Michael Myers, and James Jude Courtney, we have both agreed on one thing instantly. Keep it precious. As much as I love the Halloween franchise right now, we have 3 movies that's called Halloween right now. Okay, I'll give you a perfect scenario. Let's go, I'm gonna go Nightmare on Elm Street for this. If Wes just wanted to make the first one, because he didn't want to make sequels, the first one, it would have been a standalone film, it would have worked. The second one came along, it still would have worked. And then they have Nightmare 3, which is a lot of people's favorite nightmare of all time.
Yeah.
Perfect trilogy.
Yep.
Perfect fucking trilogy. And then you have 4, which I don't mind 4. Out of the 3, I think it's the weakest. Not in the franchise. And then you got 5, then you got 6, then you got the remake. Again, keep it precious, you know? If you want to wait 20 years, guys, to do a fucking reboot, sure. But keep it precious.
Yeah.
You know, go out on a high note. Listen to Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Go out on top. I think the only franchise, in my opinion, that's held its integrity as much is Scream and Evil Dead.
A don't for me. Probably gonna lose most of our audience on this one.
It's been real, guys.
I don't need sex scenes in horror movies anymore, bro. I really don't.
That's played out in the 80s.
That's been played out, but
Yeah.
but you still get them, bro.
You're fucking in the woods? Sure, why not?
I even love that Friday the 13th made fun of that, but then went back and did it. Because like in the remake, one of the least favorite things for me now is literally just in the opening credits, literally there's just a scene of 2 people fucking.
Dog style.
I'm not gonna stop watching the movie because of it. I just don't need it for a horror film. Like it doesn't have to be there. As a
You
team,
can show people kissing in the tent and cut. You know.
we know what's gonna
Yeah.
happen. You don't have to go the full mile. You know, we don't have to see the whole act.
Prosthetic dick.
2 full-on sex scenes, a doggy style in the tent, and then cowgirl on the bed.
I have a soft spot for the tent one. Not just because like the comedy that was it. Because she was
Yeah.
like, go out there. And he was like, I'm not going out there with a boner.
And then fucking dude, like literally was like, your tits
Fucking
fucking
tremendous.
tremendous.
I think he even said they would win a fucking tit contest or something.
Bro,
Fucking Trent in that movie, goddamn.
that's it for us. We'll probably do some more of these later. Just, you know, like get on the topic and start thinking about it, start talking about it. Let's know what are some things you love seeing in horror movies and what's something you just can't stand?
What's a no-no?
Yeah, what's a no-no? Please like, comment, subscribe. If you want to join our Patreon and see some of the stuff we do, like commentaries on movies, music reviews that we can't do here. Join us on Patreon. Until next time, guys. Deuces.
Adios.